To answer the question, what is the root and cause of the religious tension between Israel and Palestine, many factors come into play.
Our podcast will talk about the religious tension in history between Palestine and Israel. There are hundreds of years of relation and conflict between these two religions, and it is all beginning to unfold.
From the Gaza Strip to all of the violence between these two regions, Palestine and Israel have been through a lot. Their history is full of four-day wars, forcing religion, and huge religious feuds. That all relates to the topic of religious tension. We will walk you through the history between the two states and find the root to religious conflict as the story unfolds. The Israel and Palestinian conflict began thousands of years ago when both countries claimed one another's land, but the conflict escalated when Israel gained independence in May of 1948.
Israel became a country because European countries thought that Jews needed their own country so they could all be moved into what used to be the British-controlled Palestine. Once Palestine became independent, that's when the conflict began.
The conflict was driven by ethnic, religious, and national issues. The land of Israel belonged to Palestinians before, which caused 700,000 Palestinians living in Jewish Israel to become refugees. These refugees moved to a piece of land called the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip itself was put through a lot of conflict. The day after Israel gained independence, a war broke out.
At the end of the war, it was settled that Egypt had control of the Gaza Strip. Then, there was another war called the Six-Day War that broke out, and the Gaza Strip was taken control of by Israel.
From here, a group called the Hamas were elected to control the Strip. The Hamas were believed to be a terrorist group, and in turn, the Gaza Strip became a site for bombing and heavy violence. Palestinians lived there through all of this because they had no other choice. The Gaza Strip was one of the only places where they could practice their religion under their own rules.
The Palestinians now want to take over the state of Jerusalem because of its religious power and how everyone worships this place. And if the Palestinians could control Jerusalem, they could convert a lot of people to the Muslim religion.
The current state of Israel is seen as the holy place for both religions.
Naturally, with religious tension, the biggest disagreements were over religion. For the most part, Israelis were Jewish and Palestinians were Muslim. Both religions started in the same place. This is also the main reason for all of the conflict. They believed that there was one main God, and they share some of the same prophets. Both religions had descended from Abraham as well.
The disagreement is significant because whoever Abraham went through is who inherits many things from God, including the land of Israel. Israel being the holy land of the Jewish religion, and having control over the holiest land in the world is sort of a big deal.
In modern-day Israel, the capital is Jerusalem. In May 2018, the U.S. Embassy moved to Jerusalem. Palestinians saw this as an act of the U.S. trying to become an ally with Israel. Immediately, Palestinians began to protest at the borders for more refugee rights with the U.S. Embassy, but they were greeted there by the Israeli military. Very quickly, the protests became violent and dozens were killed. With the anger, groups in Palestine now talk about liberating the holy territories for religious reasons and preach hate and violence against Israeli and Jewish people. This takes place largely on social media, and many rumors have started.
Throughout history, religious tension has been high between Israel and Palestine. It is religious differences that have started wars, killing hundreds, and damaged countries.
This conflict is sadly still a very present issue. Many Palestinians are still in camps on the Gaza Strip, living in violence and warfare. There are hundreds of years of relation and conflict between these two religions, and it is all just beginning to unfold.